Okay, so I just invite you to settle into our seats. Just gonna head and shift around, get your wiggles out from the day. Just relaxing into this moment, doing whatever you do to adjust to the seat. Just take a couple of breaths. I like to do 3 really deep breaths to center us in and remind the body what we're about to do. So all of us on our own, just take in a really deep breath through your nose, picturing that just a healing oxygen going in, feeling it. I like to hold it for a few seconds and just notice how it feels in the body. And then as you exhale, just completely just let that all go, feeling the tension just melt away out of your body as well. Go ahead and take a couple more on your own. Just noticing how it feels as it passes over through the nose, through the throat, the chest rising. Or if you push out with your belly, breathing with your diaphragm. And then every exhale is just taking away more tension, ligament pressures, as well as any mental tension that may be lingering. With each exhale, just feel yourself settling more deeply into the chair. Just aware of how it holds you, so you can just let go of every muscle of your body, every limb, just let them fall into their most comfortable place. We'll just keep being aware of our breath, just knowing that it's centering us in this moment right now. And acknowledging the connection between our bodies, the breath, and life. So every breath in is truly bringing in the gift of life. So every breath is a gift in itself. Just continue to be aware of where the breath switches from an inhale to an exhale. So we're just gonna be aware of the body. Do a quick body scan, just starting at the top of our scalp. Just observing. If there's any place that feels any tension, just moving down from the top of our scalp down through, kind of a self-guided body scan this evening. As soon as you notice the first spot that's holding tension, maybe the cheekbones, and just send your energy, your consciousness to that area. Picture breathing in through that spot. It just loosens up the fibers of the muscles and the ligaments around there. Just continue down through your body, through your neck and your shoulders. Just directing the breath to those areas. There's a little spot on the skin that just opens up to breathe directly into that area of your body. Just continuing to shift more and more deeply. Just continuing all the way throughout wherever you're at in your body, but we're working our way towards our toes, so that all that tension just continue to just pour as it moves down and throughout, until every little bit of it is just exited through the ends, the very tips of your toes. So keeping our attention on our breath. but allowing our mind's imagination to open up. Having our eyes closed or whatever is most comfortable to you, but as you're focusing on the breath, just allow your imagination to take in an imaginary space. Deep within, it's a space that feels safe, but the light is dim. It feels like you're inside some sort of a room or enclosure, but it feels perfectly natural. You know you're protected. You can feel that there's even a loving energy around the space. It has a sacred feel to it. Just allow your physical senses to take in the still and the calm. As all the senses kind of meld into one, to where there's just a knowing, a sensing of this presence that really this is the space within you. The space within mind and heart, between thought and feeling, where those two energies merge. And then just opening up the imagination and your receptivity. I invite you just to ask yourself, what one word or one or two words that describes some sort of limiting belief perhaps, or some other reactionary presence, something about your personality that seems like it's kind of been programmed or ingrained over the years, but it's something that doesn't serve you anymore, and that you would just like to experience less or hear it in your head less often. You come up with whatever word or a couple words that is. I invite you to ask yourself and imagine what the exact opposite of that is. So see if you can narrow it down to one word. And ask yourself if that feels like a more empowering, does it resonate with you as what you would like to shift your awareness into? Changing from the old default reaction ways of thinking. Does this new word seem like it's the correct one that would take you the opposite direction? If not, maybe a slight adjustment to get to that. To ask yourself what that word is. And now we're going to take that word and we're going to treat it as a mantra. So silently, just within our own imagination. I encourage you just to say that word, hearing it in your mind's ear, and then just repeat it, bringing your full attention to the sounds of the word, to any images, any feelings. Just creating a steady pulse or repetition. You can add I am into it if you like. We're just going to take a few moments on our own. Just repeat that in our heads. And anytime that you find your mind wandering or on some other thought, that's totally natural. It's what the mind does. But when you do and you recognize it, just draw your attention back to that mantra. And just continue to repeat it as slowly or as quickly, whatever feels most comfortable. It should find kind of a natural rhythm, cadence. So as you continue with the mantra, just realizing that it's a skill that gets easier the more we practice the repetition. The more that your mind is able to stay focused, the more we rise above the everyday thoughts, the monkey mind that just races around. So as we continue on with just repeating your mantra in your own space, notice how the more that you repeat it, your body relaxes, feels more at ease. Every time you repeat this phrase, tension falls away. You can feel the negativity that that's maybe held up in a couple cells falling away, and being replaced with just a positive energy and feeling, emotion, an empowering presence. And then with every repetition of the mantra, that dimly lit space that we are in slowly becomes more light. Maybe even bringing the sensation of a warming glow. Maybe a smile is slowly coming over your face. Perhaps you can see a gentle smile in every cell of your body. So as we repeat this mantra, imagine as you can repeat it in the days and weeks to come, allow your imagination to maybe come up with a time where you see yourself calling upon it and repeating that mantra to yourself. Is there any situations where you encounter the older thought that we're going to release more frequently? Just kind of asking our minds recognition of some signal or notification that you've slipped back into that older thought, to remind you to choose the more empowering replacement. And just like bringing our attention back to the mantra in meditation, it won't happen automatically. It won't happen every time. But each time you notice and bring yourself back is a step of growth. Where the periods of concentration last longer and longer, and the frequency of the disempowering thought happens less and less. So now, one last time, just knowing that every thought that we've had has all led to this moment. It's all been a part of the whole process. So we don't have to send it off with any animosity. Perhaps you can even find a way to thank that thought for helping you to have gotten to this point. A lot of times those thoughts are protective things. So I always like to just send appreciation for every part of our entire being and existence. But that thought that we're going to release, just imagine tying it up into a little bundle. Just into a nothingness of what it is. Hold it up in your hands and just watch as it floats away. Just rises into the air and kind of just disintegrates before your eyes. And then kind of a similar package, just arriving out of the air into your outstretched hands. But this is the new mantra that you're welcoming in to take that place, to bring the protection and the safety that the old thought may have provided. And just welcome it as you bring it into your heart. And as you look around in your imagination, you notice that you are now just in the sunlight, in a positive place with good vibrations, and just knowing that right now everything is well, that this place within you is free from any discord. This place within you has always existed before you were in this body, and it will long after we leave this body behind. That is a place that is carried within you, and you can always go back to this space. So deep within, we just know that all is well. And I just invite you to send a feeling of love, unconditional compassion. Just picture that exiting from you and going around the world, just lifting everybody and everything up into a higher place than it is. More into the realization of that inner place within each and every living thing and non-living thing alike. So with that honoring of all, I invite you to offer yourself thanks, accept my gratitude, and a gentle nod. We're just going to bring ourselves back into this space right now. Maybe shifting your toes or your fingers, just moving your body. Gently awakening, bring our attention back to this space. And opening our eyes as you feel comfortable. Nice and easy.